Today we're going to talk about smoother bow changes using your fingers. So this is a technique where you use your fingers a little bit and your wrist a little bit for a little smoother bow changes, both down bow and up bow. So you don't just go this way. So to do this, the first thing we do is that we need to relax your hand. So your bow hand, the arm should be relaxed, the way you're holding the bow should be relaxed. If it's stiff, you won't be able to do this technique, okay? There are a few concepts that you need to understand to do this technique. So the first thing is this. Let's place your hand and arm upright, like this, right? Now loosen up your hand and fingers, and then kind of throw your hand forward this way, like this. Right? And then snap it backward. Now if your hand and the fingers are all loose, your fingers kind of get thrown forward this way. So it's not like this, but kind of like, so it's like when you wash your hands and you go like this, that action right here, the same sort of thing, where your hands are all loose and you want to see your fingers kind of get thrown that way. Right? And then snap it back. And when you do that, again, if everything is all loose, hopefully your fingers will naturally bend like this. This and this. So this is the first motion that you need to learn. The next step is this. So when you're playing, when you're using a lot of bow, then the motion of your bow arm should be from here for your forearm, right? So this moves and everything kind of follows, okay? So it's like this sort of motion, down bow, up bow. Now, do this and then again keep your hand, wrist, fingers all loose and suddenly stop this motion from your forearm, right? If you do that, your hand and fingers should be thrown that way because this is stopped here, but your hand still wants to move that direction because this is not forcefully stopped. So you kind of end up with this sort of motion. Again, if this is all loose, kind of naturally should happen. So again, it's the same sort of motion as we did here, right? This sort of motion occurs. Now coming back on up bow, do the same thing again. Use your arm as the source of the motion. Come back from your arm. So this follows your hand, wrist, fingers all follow. So this moves first, this kind of follows a little later, see? So they don't move at the same time. This is a little slower, like this way, right? Now, again, you stop this motion suddenly, then you kind of see just like how we did it here. Your fingers kind of curls. Again, you're stopping the motion here, but your hand still wants to move this way. And if everything is loose, this kind of happens, okay? So this motion, that motion. So you move your arm, stop it, see your fingers get thrown, move your arm, stop it, and see again, your fingers get thrown this way. This sort of motion. This. So this is the next step, okay? Okay, so once you can do that, then let's do it this way. It's kind of the same motion, but now instead of upright, let's pretend that you're holding the bow, right? So don't do it this way. Don't bend your finger. Don't bend your wrist. Keep it kind of straight as if you're playing, right? Don't play this way, right? So keep it like that, and then throw your hand downward, just like how you were doing this way. Now we don't do it upright. We go this way. So you throw it down. Again, this should be all loose, and you shouldn't force your fingers to straighten. If you're all relaxed, then this kind of should naturally happen, right? And again, when you snap it back, everything kind of bends again, right? Like this. So that's the next step. Now, once you can do that, then take up a pencil and kind of do the same sort of motion. Go from your wrist for now, like this. So just like how you did it here. Now with a pencil. Right? So when you go down, your fingers kind of go straight. And then when you come back up, your fingers kind of get more bent, like that. And once you can do this, then try not to move your wrist so much. Start from here and see if you can do more of the motion from your fingers, not so much from your wrist. I mean, your wrist can still go up and down a little bit, but mostly your fingers, okay? So your fingers are still going like this, but your wrist doesn't move so much. Like this, okay? So once you can do this motion, then we can use our bow. Okay, now we are ready to use our bow. Alright, so again, keep your hand all loose, looser the better, okay? And place your bow in the middle, on maybe the D string or A string. I'll do it on the D string. And see if you can just do that finger motion you did with the pencil like this. This can be just down and up instead of sideways. So you could do it sideways, but for now, just go up and down. Okay. So go. You kind of throw your fingers downward. Bring them back up. Bend them. This is all loose. I'm not really forcing my fingers to bend or straighten. So I start with a relaxed hand position, and then I relax even further, sort of thing. Like this is like super loose right now. This is relaxed to begin with, but then like even more loose. And when I do that, my fingers kind of go straight. You don't have to go all the way straight. You really don't want to go all the way straight like this, but rather straight, right? Come back up. And when you do this, when your fingers go straight, you're gonna play sort of like a down bow. And when you come back, you're playing an up bow. Okay. So this is the next step you're gonna work on. Okay, and once we can do this much, then we can incorporate this technique into the bow stroke. So when you play a down bow, your fingers should be more bent. And you start this way, right? And then at the very end of the bow stroke, that's when the finger motion occurs. So you start them all bent, and then right here, right before you change the direction of your bow, your fingers kind of go straight. Okay, and then come back with the fingers rather straight. Again, not completely straight, okay? And then at the end of the bow stroke here, bends a little bit. So again, this is the same motion that we worked on earlier. See, on the down bow, you go like this, right? And your fingers, hand follow your arm. And then when you change the direction with your arm, your fingers kind of go straight like this, right? And then you came back this way. And when you're done with this up bow, when the arm changes the direction, you see how the fingers naturally bend here? It's the same motion, you just do it with the bow. So if I exaggerate, it's like this way. Of course, this is a little bit rough because it's exaggerated, but that's the basic idea of it. Again, this, your arm goes first, everything else follows. Okay? So that's the next step. Play a big down bow, up bow. Understand how this one thing, see, this whole thing should be one fluid motion coming from here, ending at your fingers like this, okay? Then once you can do that, then instead of using a lot of bow, start to use less bow, less bow, less bow. So start right from here, right? And a little bit less, a little bit less. And eventually, see, you can do most of that with your fingers and and a little bit of wrist. So down bow is when the fingers are bent, up bow, your fingers are almost straight. Okay. So now, hopefully you have this technique. And once you learn this, do not overdo it. Don't move your fingers so much, because that's going to actually hurt your playing, okay? Just a tiny bit goes a long way. And then also, just make sure that everything's kind of naturally happening. You're not gonna forcefully straighten your fingers, forcefully bend your fingers. They just kind of should, again, happen with the arm moving first. Or just kind of go like this. If it's just from here, you can kind of go like this too, right? Without really using your arm, once you get good at this, okay? That's it for today. This technique is very useful to keep your fingers loose and have a smooth bow changes. And once you can do this, you can do spiccatos and colle and all these other techniques a little bit better too. Okay, so this is a very useful technique. Alright, I'll see you in the next video.